Okay, so now for the women. Who's ready for that? The men are ready for that. Because the men have gotten their talking to. Stop being boys, start being men. Okay. Now we're ready for the women, okay? And now, who's ready for me to get in a lot of trouble? All right. Women, number one, it is unspeakably unattractive to your fellow man when you have body counts that are 5, 6, 7, 8. Men do not want to date women that are sleeping around campus all the time, period. They don't. And I see a lot of these women looking around right now. Oh, you were applauding when I was bashing men, but when all of a sudden I'm criticizing women, you can't do that. If you could clap for the truth on one side, be able to receive it. It is unattractive to men when you're going around and you're bragging about how many other men you're sleeping with. Number two, be a godly woman who is willing to submit to a husband under the covering of Almighty God. And if you have had your belief or your mindset so muddied, so polluted by modern culture, and you call yourself a Christian, I'm going to challenge you on that. Because in a marriage, you're going to submit to your husband, and you should submit to your husband. And by the way, the husband has an unbelievable responsibility to then submit to God and to make sure that marriage and that family is under a godly covering. Now, some women in this audience are like, nope, not for me. I'm going to make my own income. I'm going to find a man, and we're going to be egalitarian. That's fine, but I'm going to just push back. That's not God's design for marriage. The man is the head of the household. That is as the Bible prescribes it. The Bible has prescribed it and has worked for thousands of years. And let's just ask a question. Is it working, this idea of egalitarianism? Divorce rates are nearly 50%. Depression is on the rise. Anxiety is on the rise. Because deep down, and I know this is true, deep down, the ladies, even in this room that play the girl boss thing on Instagram, deep down, you're begging for a man to lead you. Deep down, you are begging for a man to provide for you. You want it. You might be afraid to say it. You might be afraid to articulate it. But deep down, you want your metaphorical Prince Charming to come. So when he does come, be willing. Be open. And for ladies, you have a lot more bargaining power than you might think. I was asking at the table after table after table, I said, why is it that young women, because here's the thing, it is not new that men want sex a lot. That is not new. What is new is that women are giving it to them. That is new. That is a failed feminist project. Why are women doing it so much? Well, the reason, honestly, is that what I heard from this morning, women want love and they're seeking it in that way. Young ladies, start saying no. Start saying no. Men want what they cannot have. And all of a sudden, if the godly, conservative, attractive, well put together women on a college campus start saying, nope, actually, you have to date me seriously. I have to know your name and know a little about you, actually. All of a sudden, men are going to be like, well, forget all this. Then men are going to start aiming themselves towards you. And when they do, you need to ask the tough questions, which is, can you control yourself? Are you, all the things I talk about with men. And on the same side, everybody, for young ladies, there is this toxicity that is infected. Because everyone says toxic masculinity. There is toxic feminism within the ranks of the dating pool. And it is toxic. Which is, you do not have to be a man. You don't have to present yourself as a man. Embrace your femininity. Allow the man to open the door for you. Allow him to pay for the first check. In fact, even more than that, you should expect that. And young ladies, I'll just be very honest, though, that the bitterness that so many young women espouse towards young men, that's the reason why a lot of young women cannot find partners. And I'll be very honest, for the young ladies in this room, how many of you say having a family is more important than having a career? Raise your hand. Okay, let me just speak to you a truth. If you are not married by the age of 30, you only have a 50% chance of having children. If you do not have kids by the age of 30, only 50% chance. Now, in college, they'll be like, you could freeze your eggs, you could wait for yourself. If your top priority is family, then your top priority should be family right now. Should be finding a husband here at CLS or the Student Action Summit. Go find a husband. Why are you wasting your time? The men are like, finally, hallelujah, right? For the young ladies in this room, stop consuming all that crap. Stop listening to that degenerate sex podcast. Call her daddy or whatever that garbage is. Stop doing that. It's disgusting. I can't believe anyone listens to that garbage. Apparently her audience is mostly women. It's disgusting. It's gross, actually. And start as young women going to church, prioritizing what matters most, having community around you that wants to have children and wants to actually build a family. And look, I can tell you, marriage is the most awesome thing. Erica and I have the most incredible marriage. We have 2 kids. It's amazing. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hard. It's difficult. It's challenging. There's sleepless nights. If you want an easy life, go be a liberal. If you want ease, just go say, you know what? Give me my money. I'm gonna just watch Netflix all day long. I'm gonna smoke, and that's gonna be my life. But you're not here in the summer for what's easy. You want what's deep. You want what is good and what is profound. Young ladies, this is gonna get me in trouble. I don't care. I've deleted Instagram off my phone, but at times I get these profiles sent to me where it's always like you read the profile and it's like John 3:16, with a cross, the young lady, and they're dressed like something out of Playboy. And I say to myself, do you think that's the way to win a man? Do you think just plastering your half-naked body all over just so you know, oh, wow, men only look at me for my body and look at their social media. I wonder why. Because you put the entire body for the world to see out for everybody. Stop doing that. Stop it. And people will say, Charlie, you have no right to tell women. You can do it if you want. I'm telling you, it's preventing you from getting what you want. Because women say, like, well, if I plaster myself like it's the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition all over my social media, men are going to come to me. Oh, men will come, but they will not stay. Let me see how else I can get myself in trouble. Oh, yeah. Young ladies, demonstrate to your future husband you know how to run a home. Show them, yep, I know how to cook. I know how to raise kids. I can be tender. I know how to do the laundry. I can clean. People say, you're reducing woman. I'm sorry, running a home is one of the hardest things in the world. My wife does stuff that, like, I don't even understand. Like, how do you do that? Let me go even further. Being a mom, these are the courageous warriors of our time. We've reduced it as if they're like, oh, you just want them to be birthing centers. Everybody, we should lift up the moms of America as being the most beautiful, important things in our country. And we look around, we're like, oh, I'm a important woman because I'm a CEO of some shoe company. Yay. No, okay, fine, great. Doesn't impress me. Do you know what does impress me? When somebody comes to one of our Turning Point USA events, they're like, yeah, I'm a mom of 5. That's impressive. That's impressive. And guess what? The mom of 5 is going to have a legacy. When she's on her deathbed, she'll have dozens of grandkids around her and 5 kids loving her. The CEO of the shoe company, or Alex Cooper, she's going to, I don't know if Alex Cooper will have kids or whatever, and I hope she does. It might de-radicalize her because she's done such damage. That perverse individual has done such damage to the female psyche in this country. It's like unspeakable. Men are just like women, and we should liberate ourselves. Really, how's that working? Super depressed. Young ladies are on medication like we've never seen before, and they're searching for something that does not exist because they're denying what is right in front of them. And so If you want to live a life of depth and of purpose, especially young ladies out there, this is the hardest thing. Because the men thing is easy. I could talk to men all day long, right? The thing with young ladies is that you might reject everything I'm saying. This is just a man saying it. Fine, you can say that. But I'm going to tell you right now, you have to sound out, you have to silence out everything that you've been told by the entire popular culture. The whole popular culture has told you men are equal to women and that you have to go on your own path all the time, and the most important thing is just your bank account. And if you want to go pursue your career, God bless you, that's okay. It's a free society. I'm not even shaming you into doing that. But guess what? Statistics show 90% of the women here in this room deep down would want a family more than anything else. And you want kids. And guess what? You can always pursue your career later. You can always pursue your career later. Last thing. Young ladies, this got me probably in the most trouble. Then we'll go do some questions. Young ladies, you are the best at shaming your friends. You're amazing at it. Mean Girls is legit. It's like an actual thing. Stop being around other women friends without a little bit of social shame when they start bragging about their body counts and they're just talking about free sex all the time. You don't need them as your friends, and in fact, you should just give them a little side eye and be like, I'm not going to do that actually. They're not your friends. And young ladies, your presentation does matter. You can't choose your genetics. You can choose your presentation. You can choose how seriously you take your skincare routine. Matters. How you dress. Whether or not you try to get that extra 5 to 10% of how you look, how you present. That really does matter. Because the modern world says you could just, and by the way, this whole new phenomenon, I go to these college campuses, and these girls are wearing these bike shorts. Do you understand how deeply unattractive that is to men? Men, do you agree? And these young women are dressed as if and the young ladies are shocked to hear this. If you want men to look at you no different than a New York strip steak, just dress around in this like ridiculous like bike shorts thing. It's disgusting, actually. But if you want, especially on a college campus, to be valued and appreciated. They only care about my body. Okay, well then start creating an aura around you of piety. Aura. And femininity. Young ladies, you have a lot more power than you realize. If every young woman all of a sudden said, nope, we're going to stop giving free sex, the men would follow and would no longer be boys, they'd be men. You do not need to chase that. Instead, you should say, I'm saving myself from marriage. I'm going to trust God with my plans. And if I don't find my man, I don't find my man. But guess what? If you prioritize it as your biggest priority and your number one priority in your first couple of years, your success will be remarkable. So I'll now say this for both sides. And then we'll do questions. You both got problems. And here's my last kicker. If you're a young man or a young woman in this audience, if you can't find a mate, it's your fault. It's the modern women. Yeah, you're right. The men are all degenerates. Okay, fine. I bet I could find 5 things you could prove immediately. It is easy to blame other people for your problems. If you want to find the person to blame as to why you are alone, go look in the mirror. That'll be one of the most important decisions you can make in your life. Let's do some questions. God bless you guys. Thank you.